I'm John McPherson with a quick floating home market update. I'm going to keep it to about 5 minutes or less, hopefully. It's a little bit cold outside and I don't want to keep you. I'll just get right to the point. You might be wondering, to begin with, why there aren't floating homes in the background as usual, and I just took a quick drive from Bridgeton Road. Only about 11 minutes away is Alberta Street, where I am currently. I'm right in front of Case Study Coffee, which is one of my favorite coffee joints to go to. So let's get into it. In 2024, the number of sales was normal. It was on the high end of normal, but to address something that I heard over and over again, it was the market is sluggish, the market is slow, not much is selling, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that wasn't the case. That's what a lot of floating home sellers thought, because it seemed like that. And the reason why it seemed like that, even though the number of homes that sold at 79 was on the high end of what's normal would have been 65 to 80, it seemed like the market was slow because there was a lot of competition. And by a lot of competition, I mean during the summer months in 2024 and in 2023 for that matter, we had as many as 60 or 70 or 80% more floating homes for sale. We got up to the point where we actually had about 80 floating homes for sale, and that gave sellers a lot of competition. Buyers had a lot to choose from. So even though the number of sales was normal, and in fact on the high end of normal, it seemed to sellers like the market was very, very slow and sluggish because, let's face it, if there's a lot to choose from, your house might not be one that gets selected and bought. So that's what was going on all of 2024 and in 2023 also. My prediction is that the number of floating homes for sale is going to be high again this year. I don't know that we're going to get to the point where we have as many as 80% or more higher than normal floating homes for sale in comparison with the past years, 2015 through 2020 as a baseline. I'm not sure that we're going to have that many for sale, but I think we're going to have yet again a high number of floating homes for sale, which is good for buyers. You have something to choose from. It's not as good for sellers. So just expect that if you put your floating home up for sale this spring, it might take as long as 5 or 6 or 7 months. It might take all year to get it sold, unfortunately. But pricing it right, making sure that you've done what you can do so it shows well, all the typical things for any sort of a house at all, are the things that you should do to get ready. I'm John McPherson. Call me anytime if you have any questions at all. I'd be happy to answer any questions about the market, what's selling, what's for sale, what you should do to get your house ready for sale. And of course, anytime I'd be happy to talk with you about floating homes, houses on land, the real estate market in Portland, or anything else for that matter, including the Seattle Seahawks. I'm John. Call me. I'll answer. We'll talk. Call me anytime.